Hi, this is Maria. Welcome to my craft room. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe and click that notification bell so that you're notified when I post a new video. Alright, so today we're going to make a pretty card using this paper. Now I made a video a couple of weeks ago showing how I took the 12 by 12 and cut it into little squares like this. I'll link that if I can remember how to do that other video. But now I want to use these, and this is so pretty. I don't really have a plan, so we'll just see what we make. Okay, so let's get started. So I was using, this is from the Dainty Flowers DSP, and it's got such beautiful flowers, and this is Blushing Bride, and I thought this would look really pretty as a background to this card, because this is Blushing Bride. So I usually tend to stick to greens. I really like Mossy Meadow, but I'm trying to use all my paper, so we're going to try and make something out of this. So let's go ahead and get things started. I've already got a ready-made card base, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This is simply an 8 1/2 by 11, cut in half, scored in half to give me my card base. I don't have my measurements all laid out for you because I haven't really decided what I'm doing, but all the measurements will be in the blog for sure, and I will try to make note as we're doing the video so you know what I'm making. 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So this pink needs to be my first layer, and let's get our paper cut. So if that's 4 1/4, then this first layer needs to be 4, because I'm like a little bit of an outline. I like to see the white of the paper in the background. By 5 1/4. And remember, if you're using a pattern, to be mindful of which way your pattern is going. So I've arranged this so that this pattern is going this way, up and down. All right, and this will layer, and it's not layered just right, so I need to get this to 3 1/2. 3 1/2, let's see. We are completely working on the fly here. So let's do 3 1/2, and we're just gonna finagle this until it works. 3 1/2, and I'm not gonna cut, I'm just gonna see where my guideline is. That's a little too close, so we'll go a little bit. I still cut off just a tiny bit, but that's okay. We need to make sure we end up at 3 1/2. And that is pretty good. So 3 1/2, excuse me, 3 1/2 by 5. No, I'm sorry, by 4 3/4. So I'll just cut off just a hair, almost nothing there, to make it 4 3/4. I have a cheat sheet that I'm looking at here that tells me what layers to use. Let me show you. So I know that if I take 1/4 inch increments down, I know what's going to layer properly. So my 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 with a layer of 4 by 5 1/4 will give me a 1/4 inch all the way around, and it looks nice. And then I've stepped down a full 1/4 inch all the way around. So I know I've skipped one. 3 1/2 by 4 3/4 gives me a nice layered piece. Now I like to do the math here on the side, and I just keep it posted so I can see it later, because I don't do math in my head very well. But this way I always have measurements made so that even when I'm working on the fly, I know what's going to look good. My measurements are going to be pretty accurate. All right. So, and 3 1/2 just happens to be enough to fit this pattern. so that's where I went to. I knew that 3.5 would work, and I looked at my chart to see what the other measurement needed to be. Easy peasy. All right, so let's go ahead and get this glued down. We're just going to use liquid glue to put this together. It's going to be an easy card. Look at how pretty that background is. It's a shame to cover it, but we must do what we must do. Okay, if you have a pattern, make sure you have your pattern going the right way. And liquid glue is so forgiving. Love, love, love liquid glue. A nice good press. And liquid glue on the next layer. This is all from the same DSP, Dainty Flowers. Beautiful. Okay. All right, so now we get to decide whether we want to use it this way or this way. I think we'll go this way this time. And we're going to use a double oval. I love using punches, just so easy, so handy. And a couple of scrap pieces of basic white. I don't know how much I'll need, but there it is. And we're going to use Peaceful Moments. This is one of my favorite stamp sets. It's got so many things. Happy birthday, it's got sympathy, it's got happiness. And let's see, you're just going to see all my tips here. I cut out all of the punches that I have so I know what size cutout I'm going to get. So I like to do things this way so I know I'm going to have a layer and an inside layer, and I can see, because the front here is full size, what your stamps are, I can see that some of these are not going to be big enough to, some of them are too big to fit into this little oval. So happy birthday will work. Always remember. Thank you. Let's see, what do we want this to say? We're going to say thank you, and on the inside we'll put you shouldn't have, but I'm glad you did. And thank you will fit in there. So again, I just punch out from basic white. I put the measurements on here, so it just makes it really handy when I'm trying to make something and I'm not certain exactly which punch is going to work. I have them all here and all labeled so that I can quickly find a stamp that will work with the particular punch. Very handy. All right, so let's go ahead and get the stamping done, and then I will do the punching. You can do it the other way around, whatever works for you. All right, so we're gonna use, this is Rich Razzleberry in here, the flowers. So we're gonna use that today. Rich Razzleberry. And let's see, we're gonna use thank you. This is a C block. Thank you. Okay. And let's punch that out. No, that's not gonna work. We're just gonna waste some paper here today. Let's see. Didn't plan that very well. Okay, so now we're just going to line this up to make sure I have all the letters in here. Almost doesn't fit. We're going to make it fit. That's pretty good. So there's thank you. And then the outer circle, we'll see if we have enough room in here. Ooh, lucked out. Okay, gotta love the double punch. Okay, and this one, we're going to use this Blushing Bride. To give it a little color, and we're just going to run the edges right into the ink pad to give the edges of this just a little color. Make sure you don't touch your edges or you'll get ink all over your fingers. Okay, it doesn't take long to dry, but there you go. And now it's going to stand out just a little bit more. All right, so this pink matches that. This rich raspberry matches the flowers. Okay, perfect. Let's put this aside for a second. And we shall use some dimensionals to pop this on. These are full-size dimensionals, but you could use minis if you want. Put this down in the center, and then this one can just be glued down. Very nice. So pretty. Okay, now on the inside, we're going to get a longer block. This is an H block. And we'll see if we can make this work. Yep, perfect. With these longer ones, if you just lay your sentiment on the table and then press your block into it, it doesn't shimmy out of your way. Alright, so we are going to use the same rich raspberry so that it matches our card front. We're going to go right into that. Make sure I'm right side up. And just center that in here. Perfect. And then, let's see what else. Very nice. I think we're going to use, this one is from Celebration, which is over, but I like to use stamp sets. I'm not going to stop using stamp sets for no good reason. So I'm going to, let's close this. We're going to use Blushing Bride and Mossy Meadow because these colors match the flowers. And I know that this stamp set has this flower here that kind of matches this little pink one here. So let's see what we get here. Let's see. Grab a C block and another C block for the little flowers that go on there. And yeah, so let's see what we can put on the inside here. Mossy Meadow for a little flower. The leafy part of the flower, and then the actual flower parts in this Blushing Bride. So we're trying to mimic some of these little bitty flowers here. Let's see, here we go. And beautiful. Isn't that pretty? Very pretty. All right, and we can get an envelope to match. We're going to put that same flower from the inside of the card on the outside of this envelope. This is just a flap on the back. And we're going to do the exact same thing. Mossy Meadow and Blushing Bride. Can we see here? Yes. Just a minute, Penny. Beautiful. So now we have a matching envelope for our beautiful card. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. Let's put a little bling on that. This is the pastel adhesive. This was from my Valentine set. And we're gonna use this pretty pink sequin. Hi, Penny. Penny's walking around here. A pink. Let's use another pink. Beautiful. There we go. Could have used the gold ones. I like the pink. What do we like? What do we think? I think it's beautiful. I know, I hear you, Penny. All right. Let's close up these ink pads and we can call this card done. Always close your ink pads, otherwise you're going to put your hands in it. All right. I hope you like my videos. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and click the notification bell so that you're notified when I post a new video. Thanks for watching.